and inside is the best. Caribbean, inside is the best. Better than the rest. And on YouTube. So don't find me rude.
Between 1984 and 1986, this sister has won the Best Actress Award, Best Female Singer, Best Calypsonian, and Best Chantuelle. Her Calypso career began in 1984 and has continued successfully for the past 16 years. This sister was crowned the National Calypso Monarch of Trinidad and Tobago for 1999 with her rendition of Voices from the Ghetto and Sounds of Healing. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am proud to introduce Miss Sandra DesVignes, known in the Calypso arena as Singing Sandra. I want to welcome you to the show, babe.
Thank you so much, Lady V. And you know, you're so sweet. You said this, it could not have been done better.
It couldn't be done better.
Not at all, honey.
Well, I try to give you what is due to you. It's been a long time. I've been waiting, asking, calling, trying to get you on this show because I know I had to get you here.
But the point is that God rules you and I. And he said that the time wasn't right, and if the time is right, let's do it, baby.
What part of TNT are you from?
I was born 14 Belgrade. Well, I was born in the Port of Spain General Hospital, but after there, they took me to 14 Belgrade Street, East Dry River, where it's considered behind the bridge.
Sandra, there's so much history to you. You have been working, I know, diligently, hard working in this arena that has been predominantly, I should say, controlled by men.
Male. Yeah.
Yes, by men with the Calypso arena. But when you started back at your Best Village competition, the Prime Minister's Best Village competition, did you, at that time, know that you would be crowned the Calypso Monarch of TNT?
Lady V, no way. As a matter of fact, I never even saw myself as a Calypsonian. Entering the Prime Minister's Best Village competition was by chance. 1975, I think it was, together with two brothers of my ghetto, in Morvant, Highlander Street, the plannings, what you call schemes, housing schemes in New York or in North America.
Right.
One night we just said we were looking at scouting for talent. And we said, hey, we could go to scouting and do something because there was a new category introduced that year, Best Humorist. And we said, hey, we could go and do that. It was Ruthven Friday, Winston Friday. And as a matter of fact, it was 3 males and 1 female, and Eric Mark. The 3 of them went on to be soldiers. 2 of them are still in the army. 1, Ruthven Friday, is now, I think he's a senior officer in the port in Trinidad.
Okay.
And we said, okay, we're going to scouting for talent, and we picked just a topic. And we went. We never put anything on pen and paper. It was all more or less improvisations. Okay. But we know what we wanted to do and what we wanted to say.
Right.
So we went on there. We qualified for the semi-finals. We didn't qualify for the finals, but as I said, there was a special prize. Tommy Joseph was there that year. He do carry Packer series, and we beat Tommy Joseph bad. And from there then we went on to an old mass band, which was managed or led by Andrew Griffith, and it was Andrew Griffith and Associates. Now Andrew Griffith is with one Trinidadian who follows the entire Juve celebration. Andrew Griffith has been king of Juve for about 4 or 5 consecutive years. So he started this old mass band, And Sandra sat and she said, because after Carnival, we all go separate ways. And there was an abundance of talent there, and we all go separate ways until the following Carnival. And I said, hey, all your best village, why, not only me, but you know, many people made this suggestion, why not go into Best Village? And we went into Best Village. And there was this gentleman from Deep South, Mr. Artis Brown. He's from Diablo. He was one of the lead actors as well as lead dancers with Diablo, and they have traveled extensively throughout Africa, throughout Europe, North America, XYZ. And Artis Brown came, and he was like our producer, main tutor producer. And there were times that I never thought that certain things that I could have done. And when artists may say, Sandra, move that chair, but move it in character. And I would say, artists, I can't do that. And be, yes, Sandra, you could do it. And I hate people to scream at me.
Right.
So I'm 10th of December, Sagittarian, born half beast, half human, very rebellious. So I go ball back at him, that kind of thing, And we going down and thing, but eventually I will move it. And then he will be cool with me and I go down. And from there, they made me vice president of that said group. Mrs. Joyce Wong is a woman that I can never, ever, ever forget until my dying day. She's Trinidad Chinese, if you want to call it that, because we like to think about ethnic groups and things in Trinidad and things, which I don't have a problem with, because I take people as people. I have a problem with people's attitudes. Right. Not pigmentation of skin and texture hair.
I agree with that.
You understand me? I have no problem with that. If you are a person to me, I can deal with you as a person. So there we went, and I was vice president, and I would go into Mrs. Wong Sang and make certain bargains. Mrs. Wong Sang used to call me pig-headed at a time because I stand for what I stand for. Right. And I never regretted her calling me pig-headed or anybody else calling me stubborn or whatever. But however, on that same Best Village stage is where Singing Sandra was discovered. I've had lots of achievements in Best Village. I got a debut prize, a special prize, mind you, for debut performance 1982 in the Best Village, because I did lead actress, I sang, I danced, I was, you know me, you see how large. Yes. And I'm telling you about a bed short so. But a no-head man like a zombie had to come in and I had to skate underneath that bed. Everybody thought I had a stick. But here what happened, girl, Trini have a heart of whining. So when I reach under there and I realize and I just like I whine my tail and I get under the bed. And that I think is what gave me that special prize for that debut performance. And we went on from there. I won Best Actress 3 consecutive years. I won, you know, special prizes and, you know, all other things like that. But was on that set stage that Dr. Zhivago, who is also a calypsonian, this is sobriquet, saw me. But girl, Lady V, to tell you about Singing Sandra getting into calypso, I never saw myself as a calypsonian. Okay. I've always loved folk. I've always loved gospel. You know, and I saw myself as a gospel singer, as a folk singer. I had a passion for Miriam Makeba's music. Right. Even up to today, I am at present, I don't hear much more Miriam Makeba anymore. So I've adopted Angelique Kidjo. Okay. Right? I love her with a passion as well. I've always felt close to my roots. Okay? So it was on this stage that a neighbor of mine, I'm going to tell you this story. Give me it, man. A neighbor of mine, DJ Gabi, deceased DJ Gabi from Trinidad, I'm familiar with it. Junior. Junior had a problem because he was living like in the meter room. And when we pass in upstairs where we have to pass, he will open the door like that and you can't pass. And if you're pushing the door, he want to fight you, but he was living illegally. Right. So girl, one day my mother coming up the step and my mother pushed the door to pass And I was not at home.
Right.
And no, me and no bad John, I'm a good John. But don't worry about that. And when I come home, I hear he cuss my mother and tell my mother, when you're passing there again, don't touch my door. But I know I paying rent for my mother door. And I went downstairs at a hammer V. And I lick off the door and say, well, if you have no door to open, my mother ain't have no door to push.
We wouldn't have no problem.
Right.
We wouldn't have no
that
problem.
was prior to this man bringing a man to see me in the savannah. Now, Junior and I, then he come home, he think he's man, I name woman. But I am man in my name. To spell woman for me, please.
Okay.
W-O-M-A-N. So I tell him, you is a man, I am man in my name too, so I'm not afraid of you at all. Fine. We went down and see. So, however, Junior brought Dr. Zhivago to the savannah to see me at a final. Dr. Zhivago came with 2 songs, which was Pan for Independence and The Raper Man Come In. It's long time I campaigning for them rapists and them, you know. You understand? And these incestuous brothers, fathers, you know, name whatever.
Yes.
And Dr. Zhivago came and he brought Junior, that the same man the way I lick off. You understand? But, you know, God blessed him with a good heart that he didn't keep it against me. He could have killed me, he could have do whatever, but I was defending my mother. So they came to the savannah. They saw me perform at the finals, and I was approached by Dr. Zhivago to do these 2 songs. And I said, well, okay, me have nothing to lose.
Right.
So he took me, he used to come every Sunday morning. Now, Dr. Zhivago would kill me for this, eh? I'm telling him. He used to come every Sunday morning. That's 16 years ago. Eh?
Okay.
16 years ago.
Okay.
He would come every Sunday morning and take me to the different auditions. But you know, them time calypsonians wearing them big bell-bottom pants with the inverted pleat at the side. And
the jumpsuit, the tight jumpsuit?
Not reach there yet.
Oh.
And the shirt and them with the big flowing sleeve, and they're looking like, you know, oh God, what they call it? I have a name that's called, not even minstrel, man. Anyhow, something like that. So he walking in front, but I trying to back and walk behind him because me want to identify with that kind of way and thing.
Yeah.
But however, he took me to these auditions. I was chosen at everyone. But Slinger Francisco, the Mighty Sparrow, the birdie, who I affectionately call Spee, you know. And when you hear anybody call him Spee, it's one of his own handmaidens, one of his babies. And Mighty Sparrow being my idol in Calypso, I opted to go to Sparrow's Young Brigade. Now Sparrow never heard, never saw. He wasn't even doing auditions. It was Mr. Leon Noel, Mr. Peter Blood, and some I can't remember right now. And I was chosen. I was selected to be one of the cast. This was 1984. And I can remember Carnival, that first night, that year, 1984, the tent opened on the Friday night. Sparrow heard me on stage. He asked me, he said, I hope you ain't coming to this business for money, because if you come for money, you ain't gonna last long.
Right.
I would never forget these words, Lady V. He said, what I can't promise you that you're gonna be next Rose, but one thing I could promise you, you're gonna be a force to reckon with. Right? And more or less that's where Singing Sandra's Calypso career began, from on that Best Village stage. Okay. Dr. Zhivago and Junior Joseph.
But let's go to the videotape and pull up something from the archives while you sit back, look, listen, and learn.
What do you think? You don't think it's time a woman when I was mad? Eh? But I feel so. Now that it's serious, it's time to get conscious. Woman coming in from the gap, ready and want to make me mad. Here we coming vibrant and strong. They can't hold me back now too long. The time is here. we have. Oh, yeah, I say, a woman could win the road, man. A woman could win the road, man. Me, a woman could win the road, man. Hey, super blue, could win the road, man. We got in for you. If it's Johnny or one, you're getting back and forth. We turn on the heat. We go rule the street. Tell them clear space. You want to bring me away? Let the rhythm ride. All man take a side. Read that side. Hey, let me go. A barrow, and you see your child so. You see we coming to London, we excel them now in every field. So many barriers we break. Why we not in the road back? Time is right. It's now inside. I want to win the road, man. Tell David, the humble woman go to the road. This here is total trouble. It's long overdue. We rule in the 92. From the very start, we are come apart. When we drop this one, look from here we gone. We come out to prove we could make it move. If you love the wine, look, fall in line. Hey, hey. What? That man and them who were waving something, talking and wine. You, come and show them we could wave. So the see this man alone could wave something. Wave it for them. You boys say jab jab. We could jab jab too. Jab jab. And what George said, tuck your waist and wine. We could do that too. Tuck your waist and wine. When you say, shake and tremble, I go shake and tremble. You ain't seen us yet. As we rock the cradle, for you know that we're able. Because we guys have to take the lead of the man can't succeed. Why are we relegated now? We have to get in there somehow. Hear this? Them walls must fall. All equal. A woman could win the road, man. But running, woman could win the road, man. This one just for you, woman could win the road, man. Then I throw you away, woman could win the road, man. You must let me play. Oh man, to win the road, man. Oh man, to win the road, man. Oh man, I got to it too. Hey, look at me. Oh man, to win the road. Oh man, to let that die. You won't mash them up. Can't wait no man. Throughout the Caribbean, it's the same situation. Only road about winning Trinidad, we are Christmas in December. Anywhere that you go now, they won't let go the road rush. No! Let us be paid. We have the way. A woman could win the road, man. Eastern Parkway, win the road, man. We coming for Labor Day. A woman could win the road, man. The people here, win the road, man. We could win it this year. A woman could, if it's Johnny won, a woman could get in back and forth. We turn on the heat. We go rule the street. Tell them clear the space. I want to film away. A woman could get the rhythm right. All men, take a step. What is that? A woman good. A woman good. A woman good. A woman good. A woman good when you road. A woman good when you road. A woman good when you road. A woman good. A woman good when you road. A woman good.
Sandra, great music. great lyrics, and great performance. But before we go any further, who writes the music that do you write your own songs, or do you have special people that write for you?
Lady V, I had the opportunity of co-writing one song. That's a song that's called West Indian Woman. It was done by Posa. However, apart from Dr. Zhivago, as I told you before, Tobago Crusoe, Mr. Othniel Bacchus, is the man that made Singing Sandra, right? Apart from Sparrow taking her from point A to point B, in terms of song, you know, having a song was Tobago Crusoe. Tobago Crusoe in 1986, I can remember this clearly. He did a song for me called Mustache Man. Tobago Crusoe is such a humble human being, such a humanitarian. So, you know, if I go, I will talk about him all night. So, however, we were working at, because he has worked with Sparrow's Young Brigade for 20 consecutive years.
Okay.
Gave his service there and everything. And as a matter of fact, Tobago Crusoe is the person that named me Singing Sandra. Because when I came into Calypso, my name is Sandra DesVignes, so I titled myself Sandra D. And he heard it the first night. He put me on stage the first night as Sandra D. And then he said, me I like that or no? He said, when you hear me sing, he said, Singing Sandra. Tobago Crusoe is who crowned me with that sobriquet. And he did a song for me called Mustache Man. You want that verse?
Give it to me, man.
Some men like to shave their face. They say they want to look young, but that is a big disgrace. I think what you're doing is wrong. If you want to make with me anywhere about, all you have to do is grow a mustache on top your mouth. Give me a mustache man. When a mustache man kiss me, it does tickle. Give me a mustache man. Well, anytime I feel that tickle, I tremble. Give me a mustache man. Well, you could lead me like a lamb going to the slaughter. Give me a mustache man. The bigger your mustache look is a right? So, like you know, that is suggestive, I call that. I don't call that what we call lewd, you know, and whatever. So then we went on, and Crusoe came. That was 1986. 1987, Tobago Crusoe, again, because of his sense of humor, but with a positive sense of humor, he came to me with a song called Die With My Dignity. Well, everybody knew it as Die With My Dignity, but the title of the song really, Lady V, Sexy Employers. I was working in a department which used to be special works that time.
Okay.
Right, where, you know, we didn't taking care of road works and all of that. And again, a scratcher.
Scratchman.
A scratcher.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was very, 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 very disrespectful to me in that one of the foremen, because we had foremen, when we say foremen or forewomen, we had checkers that will come and check the job and see that materials has to be, you know, delivered to do a certain job and thing, and you know, all of that. And one of the foremen tell me, dead right now, and I could call your name, but I ain't gonna call your name. I ain't think you're dead yet, but here you're dead. But watch me, I still alive. That man told me what I was supposed to be promoted from one area to another, and he tell me meet him 7 o'clock the night by the Workers' Bank on Duncan Street. And I watch him and I tell him, I say, brother, to my knowledge, all government offices or places close at 4. Why meeting you 3 hours after to do?
Right.
So I've been always rebellious.
Right.
You know? And I just look at him and I say, to God be the glory. Great things he has done. And Crusoe didn't even know about that because we never spoke of that incident. But Crusoe was working in a capacity that he was seeing exploitation of women.
Okay.
No, I just told you about my personal exploitation.
Right.
And if I didn't have the grace that came down from God to make me strong to say no. Let me tell you something. I've worked as a waitress. I've worked as a bakery attendant. I've worked as club. I started working in a club at the age of 15. Snack it, grocery, you name it. Been there, done that. You know why? My mother always taught me to be independent. Right? And my mother didn't have it easy, so I had to help her. As I told you before, 2 kids. My brother is 17 years my senior. And when Crusoe brought this song, Die With Your Dignity, he bring this song, and Crusoe is always one that chuckles all the time.
Right.
You know, you could be on the most serious note, and he is that serious and that intelligent and that love, everything pouring out of him. But he will just take everything lightly. So when he brought this song to me, and then I say, I have to deal with this song. And when I took the lyrics, he gave me the cassette, I listened to the cassette, I take the lyrics and I start to go through it. I say, but Sandra, this is testimony of your life.
Right.
And nobody is dealing with the women because in that time in the 80s and even before, most of the men in Calypso here were just singing, well, I jam she in a corner, I push she back.
Yes. The jam and wine.
The ramway, they do all kind of things. Look, right now we have after all these things I have done for you, why you horning me?
They asked the question.
But he forgot he have a mother.
Right.
He have a sister. He have an aunt. He may even have a daughter. Good. I have an answer for you. You know, Lovey was too lenient. He might come in and he prefer code sprung along. And Tobago Crusoe came to me with this song and I said, Sandra, this song could go, you know. So your girl went, that time I'm big, like bubble ups. And I go on and I'm singing my song.
You want to help to mind your family. You want to help your man financially. But nowadays it's really very hard to get a job as a girl in Trinidad. You're looking now to find something to do. You meet a boss man who promised to help you. But when the man lay down the condition, nothing else but humiliation. They want to see your whole anatomy. They want to see where your doctor never see. They want to do what your husband never do. Still you will know this. I pay the rent where she living. Is I buy the clothes that she wearing. Still she talking about humiliation. Take that when you take money from her. You say I make you cock up like acrobat. Sandy, nothing wrong with that. Because you know you're looking nice behind. And you lie and never tell you can whine. After being so damn generous, you come up here to make me embarrassed. Sandra, keep your honey and your damn dignity. Give me back my blasted money. All you believe that? Come on, all you believe that? This man said a big lie on the birthday. I'm going to embarrass you for that. Just because I stand and talk the truth, sparrows start reacting like a fruit. Look at the way he fly up in a rage, like if he want to beat me off the stage. I don't know why he vexed on the object. Like he want me to have no self-respect. That kind of man like to advantage woman, and when they hear the truth, it offends them. He had it up to talk about food and clothes. Why you say when he tried to push his nose? They will tell me you're trying to get the blame, and an old dog like that they had no shame. If he were making all the promises, put his mouth just where the money is. How you go keep your money and go keep my money and die with my dignity. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoy the rest.
You want to help to mind your family. You want to help your man financially. But nowadays it's really very hard to get a job as a girl in Trinidad. You're looking now to find something to do. You meet a boss man who promise to help you. But when the man lay down the condition, nothing else but humiliation. They want to see your whole anatomy. They want to see what your doctor never see. They want to do what your husband never do. Still you don't know if them scams will hire you. Well, if it's all this humiliation to get a job these days as a woman, Sister V, tell them they could keep their money. I go keep my honey and die with my dignity.
I will, yes.
Tobago Crusoe did that. And it women felt a sense of empowerment because of the fact that we were so sexually exploited.
Right, and then underrepresented too.
Until we had there was a something that was started the woman's rep, right, and we went through with that, and I went all the way, you know, like in the Caribbean we don't have much of that because the women we ain't getting support.
Right.
We have strong ones, you know, if you put them in your lap you could pick out the strong ones and put them here and put them there.
Right.
But Tobago Crusoe did it for me. And we went from there and he did older men. Wow, that was another thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the men in Trinidad call me a man basher, but let me tell you something. I'm not a man basher. I'm an observant, rebellious female. And I don't care all you think. If all you don't like that, no.
We're not taking that no more.
We're not taking that according to Ronnie. Right? Hear what older man says. The girls in town fed up, we tired, complain. You know what? We are moving with them young fellas again. No. So anytime you see me going out with somebody, you could bet your life is a man that's older than me. You know why? I don't know if it's the thing where they eating. Me I know if it's the thing where they smoking. What it is, I don't care anyhow. I'm fed up with them, so I'm going out now with the older men. They treat women better. The older men know how to handle a lover. Young men, they just full them out. They lighting fire that they just cannot out. They come to a woman with vice in their head. They look like they're living, but they're already dead. Give me the older men.
I love that.
Okay, that's Tobago Crusoe again.
Yes.
And that's how it went for Singing Sandra. And Tobago Crusoe then, he wrote for me for 10 years. 10 years. And I must say, this man never took a penny from me. I've offered to give him money, he never took a penny from me. However, he had 2 daughters. And he said to me, he said, Sandra, anything you want to do for me, just do it for my 2 kids.
Right.
And like when I travel, I will, you know, bring little things for the kids and whatever. However, they're big now. Me and Kida, wherever you are, Auntie Sandra still love you, thanks to the heart. And then he came up with The War Goes On, 1992. And that was the barrier breaker.
That was the barrier breaker.
That was the barrier breaker. No, War Dignity. I won National Calypso Queen in 1987 with Dignity. National Calypso Queen.
Right.
Like that. But War Goes On was the breaker barrier.
Devastation and destruction from ever since time began has been inflicted time and again by man against fellow man. Yet man would learn from history. It makes him more violent, producing deadly weaponry with nothing but evil intent. So the war could never be over. Peace will never be seen, long as man in his quest for power keep destroying fellow human beings. Fellow human beings. I'm telling you, nobody, oh, nobody. But when you really think of it, nobody wins the war. Because the agony of defeat will linger. Nations still hating one another and superpowers. They're looking for more power. As long as violence and aggression still dwell in the hearts of man, brother, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, the war will go on. It cannot be won. Fallout from war is chaos. Plenty agony, plenty pain. Economy left in shambles that may never rise up again. Collapse of the money system, disruption of foreign trade, people turning against their leaders for the blunders that they have made. Environmental pollution, radiation taking its course, and the thousands that die in battle. Oh, what a waste of human resource. Of course, look, I'm telling you, nobody, oh, nobody. But when you really look at it, nobody wins the war. The brutal crush of ideologies, carnage and social anarchy, and life reduced to pitiful dimensions. The falling back of progress and growth for entire generation. Sister, it cannot be won. The war will go on. No, the war will go on. It cannot be won. War is just like a rocket. It is dividends for a few. But what does it profit the masses? I mean laymen like me and you. While the leaders playing their chess games, using the masses as pawn with political propaganda, the massacre still goes on. The soldiers, they never stop it, but they victory with the blood of the weak and the mighty. Great country has vanished completely. Look, war can create and destroy political boundaries as it goes on. Brother, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, the war will go on. It cannot be won. The object of war is simple. Just conquer and take over. It doesn't matter how many people that wipe out in the massacre. The enemy must be vanquished. The battle has to be won. But the conflict will never be over. But the agony lingers on. There'll always be more dictators, more Hitlers, more Saddam Husseins. And with these lunatics in power, it will just pass all over again. And ashamed, I know nobody, oh nobody. But when I really look at it, nobody wins the war. We need a spiritual revolution to stop this aggression. For when peace in the world will always be out of our hands. As long as the quest for wealth and power still live in the hearts of man, brother, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, the war will go on. It cannot be won. Peace in the world. The war will go on. We need a spiritual revolution. The war will go on. Lord, put a hand on the children. The war will go on. Man fighting against man. The war will go on. It cannot be won. The war will go on. Spiritual revolution. The war goes on. Oh, yeah. What a big night. First round, Calypso Monarch 1992. First performance. Let's get out there for Singing Sandra. Contestant number 4. The war goes.
Okay, because of, well, you know, of the war, I think that was the Kuwait.
Yes,
right,
yes.
That year. And Tobago Crusoe, again, I can't stop talking about Othniel Bacchus. Because of the depth of love in hand. He's just human. And my present writer, Mr. Christoph Grant, they have the same type of hearts.
Okay.
You know? The war goes on, takes a lot from me because I lost a good friend in that Kuwait war.
Okay. All right.
I will not mention name, but relatives, friends, you know who I'm speaking about. I know his soul is resting in peace, and I know he's in the bosom of God. Devastation and destruction from ever since time began has been inflicted time and again by man against fellow man. Yet man wouldn't learn from history. It makes him more violent, producing deadly weaponry with nothing but evil intent. So the war could never be over. Peace could never be seen. As long as man in his quest for power keep destroying fellow human beings. Fellow human beings. I'm telling you, nobody, nobody Cause when I really look at it, nobody wins a war.
Yes.
No. Because the agony of defeat will linger. Nations still hating one another and superpowers. They're looking for more power. As long as violence and aggression still dwell in the hearts of man, brother, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, the war will go on. Yes, it cannot be won. I want to sing another verse.
Go on, man.
Fallout from war is chaos. Plenty agony, plenty pain. Economies left in shambles that may never rise up again. Collapse of the money system. Disruption of foreign trade. People turning against their leaders for the blunders that they have made. Environmental pollution, radiation taking its course, but Lord, the thousands that die in battle, oh, what a waste of a human resource. Of course, Lady V are telling you no, nobody. Oh no, nobody. But when I really think of it, nobody wins a war. Sing with me. The brutal clash of ideologies, carnage and social anarchy, and life reduced to pitiful dimension. Oh God, the falling back of progress and growth for an entire generation. Sister, it cannot be won. The war will go on. No, the war will go on, yes. It cannot be won. Right now in Kosovo.
Same thing.
Exactly.
I say it's been happening and it continues to happen.
It will continue. I'm gonna fix my head tidy a little bit.
Yeah, man, you can fix anything.
Yeah, man. Oh, you like my bow?
And ladies and gentlemen, I know you're loving it out there, and we continuing with Singing Sandra, but right now we go straight to the archives while you look, listen, and learn.
Who you think you are? You Miss Lenora. So leave your damn country and come to deprive me. Any man at all you see past, you're acting like you ain't had no class. You're looking to make a tackle, but that could get you in trouble. You listen to me, don't try to take every man you see, because Brazilian woman that love women, cherish women, adore women. Why, Trinidad woman will die for women. Hey, watch your man. You alien, yeah. You can't come here in my country and take away my man from me, like you want to send them man die, walking and shaking tonight. Woman, leave me, man, before I call the immigration. Ay, oi, ay. Girl, just take a rest. Your life is a mess. You feel you see boss, dressing like a circus horse. Girl, just try and get settled down and stop parading around talk. You could get a lot of sickness and just walk around and spread it. Woman, just chill out and stop knocking your body about. Because a man, woman that loves the man, cherish the man, adore the man. Oh Lord, auntie and woman will die for the man. Now watch your man, you alien. Like you feel that we too greedy, that you could just walk over me. When you're coming into my land, keep your hand away from my man. Leave me before you're ending the cemetery. Hey, take it down. Well here, Trini woman have goods to keep them in, In case all you don't know, I want to call two ladies on stage here now. Anne and Hazel, where are you? We go show you why we just keep him, man. You're a Trinidad, eh? Are you a Trini? You're not a Trini, you're a West Indian woman. Well, you want to learn a lesson tonight. You go learn a lesson tonight. I say, Trini woman especially, Ann and Hazel. Let me show them how we just keep him, man. Well, like they can't find a way. Anyhow, you know who it is, say wave it. Get something and wave, right? We could get something and wave. Wave. I was George said, jock your waist and wine. 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 Jock your waist. Prince Unique says shake and tremble, but you know he can't do it. We could shake and tremble. We ain't care about them. Trini woman, raise your hand. Trini woman, raise your hand. Hey, 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 hey. Go. Aha. Aye, aye. Trini man, Trini man. Girl, what's wrong with you? Like you're mad for true. As a West Indian, I know we have the best man. Your love games and them will do work, but none of them is. So when you see it come to women, we break it, put and break it down. Listen to me, I will put you till you can't see. Love the man, cherish the man, adore the man. That woman will die for the man. So watch your hand, you alien. If you don't want to get in trouble, just back and leave on the double. But if I just lose my patience, it licks all over your conscience. Stay away from me, man, before I call you immigration. You know West Indian man? Yeah? Are you a West Indian man? Wait for me backstage. Aye, aye, aye. Walking all about and running your mouth. Who husband leave woman? Who in love with you? Your head only on foolishness instead of fixing your business. Keep your hand away from Denver like you never hear about Sandra. You better leave with Sandra go beat you until you sick. The man woman that loves the man, cherish the man, adore the man. Oh Lord, Trini woman will die for the man. So watch your hand, you alien. When you come into my land, make sure that you bring your own man. If I only lose my patience, flicks all over you. Stay away from me, man, before I call the immigration. Hey, yo, man! Hear me now, eh? Hear this. Hey, yo, man! Watch your hand. Leave me, man. Understand. Bishop, 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 Bishop. I will spare you. I've already spare you tonight, but the next time you're not dead enough, you understand? Hey, yo, man! Watch your hand! Leave me, man!
Well, you man! In the man! Hey! Well, you man! Wow, 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 wow! A round of applause for Singing Sandra!
Thank you for checking out CaribbeanInsideTV.com and visiting our stores. Remember to wear your mask, take care of yourself and each other. Your contribution is vital to the Caribbean cultural revolution. Thank you for watching.
Western, you don't wanna talk about. Leave me man alone. Leave me man alone. Let me go. Ay ay ay. Woy yo yo. Ay ay ay. I not making joke with my man. When they come in Trinity, enjoy themselves, but left women and them alone. All you agree with me? Isabel, you feel I forget out the bus there? Watch me. Let's go!